I've coached over 1,000 people to land job offers at companies like Google, Amazon, Nike, and more. And here's the truth. Most people spend 80% of their job search time on the wrong things. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what gets people actually hired at popular employers, even if they're career changers or have unconventional backgrounds. I'll show you what I've seen work over and over again and the lessons I've learned watching thousands of job searches succeed in a really tough job market. If you've been sending out job applications and hearing back very little, or you've made it into interviews but just can't close the deal, this is for you. The first thing you need to know is that landing a job at a larger, more popular employer is different from landing a job at a medium-sized employer, which is different than landing a job at a small employer. When you see people debating online things like, no one reads cover letters. Yes, people actually do. Or the majority of roles are not posted online. Yes, they are actually posted. It's usually because those people debating only know how one company type, one company size operates. And comment below what type of company you want me to cover in future videos. But today we are talking about large companies and especially those companies that people already know the names of. Because often when we make a target list of companies, we put companies we have heard of before, naturally, from living our own lives. We write down Netflix because we watch it, Nike because we wear it, Amazon because we buy from it, NFL because we follow it, or Google because we use it. I do encourage you to pursue jobs at these companies if it's a match for what you're looking for. Because if the role in the company culture is the right match for you, it is also quite impressive to have these companies on your resume. However, know that landing these jobs will be more competitive than trying to get a job at an unknown SaaS startup that sells logistics software. All right, so these companies have high volumes of applicants, and so they may use a little bit more sophisticated sorting technology for applications, but don't let any of that scare you or make you paranoid. But the number one thing is that they're often quite precise with their hiring expectations. These companies are trying to plug a very specific hole with a specific peg. Square hole, square peg, aka match the job description very closely. They don't want to hear about your multifaceted career that has made you a beautiful hexagon of a professional. No, they ask for a square, give them a square. You may start tuning out here because you think, well, I have an unconventional background or I'm a career changer, so I'm just going to get immediately disqualified. Not true. I have coached hundreds of career pivoters into these highly competitive roles, such as Clara, who was a product manager working in kitchen appliances. And I coached her to transform her experience to get her number one choice employer, the sports fashion brand Nike, an incredible job offer from them.
So the company is Nike, and after really building relationships and meeting, I think I had met over 30 people at Nike before I joined the organization. I was really confident that I could hone my last 5-10% of my interview skills, my resume, to get the offer that I was looking for.
It all starts with your resume. Even if you are being referred into a role, if your resume isn't translated to be exactly what the company is looking for, you're French toast. I will link a free resume revamp masterclass below, and also my book, Reverse a Search, can help you a lot in this area. So if you like videos, if you like reading, pick the one that's best for you. Okay, next is how do you get a company's attention? I ran the numbers of my clients of how they landed interviews at these large companies. And here's how it shakes out. 12% landed interviews at large employers by applying online, usually on the company's job board or their website. Usually it's because their resume was such a perfect fit. They used the glory formula to build their resume and it converted. 27% landed interviews from referrals and relationships. Essentially, someone at the company passed their application along. They got to know the hiring manager. They had conversations that led to an interview, whatever it is. And there was some clear path paved by relationships that got them their pretty little foot in the door. And finally, approximately 61% of my clients landed those interviews from being sourced on LinkedIn. So they went from not landing any interviews from their LinkedIn profile to optimizing it and landing interviews several times a week from these large companies, finding them and asking them to interview.
I was getting like 10, 15 like reach outs like every single month, like for the right position that I was looking for.
This is a great way to passively attract those opportunities without having to work so hard doing outreach to companies. And many of these large companies prefer to source candidates instead of reviewing applications because they can use LinkedIn to search for the type of people they want. And that can sometimes be easier than sifting through all of the noise of unqualified candidates who apply to roles on their own. One recruiter at a top streaming service told me that she would sometimes skip looking at online applications altogether and start sourcing on LinkedIn because she could find the right talent, and also due to the brand name, she would get pretty high response rates to her messages. So she would reach out to candidates, they would respond, and that's how they'd fill up their pipeline. And there's so much to say on optimizing your LinkedIn profile that I will put a free checklist below so you can get started. But let me help you get in the mind of a recruiter. What are the top 2 most important things on your profile that a recruiter will search for? Well, first is your most recent job title. LinkedIn search prioritizes that piece of data as the most important. And your most recent title is also a huge indicator of what your experience is and if you'd be a fit for the job they're hiring for. If your current role title isn't anywhere close to the role you want next, you won't get sourced until you fix that. So there are quite a few different ways that I coach people on how to fix this that works wonders. But one quick way, to quote from Reverse a Search, is it is helpful to recruiters and people outside of your current company if you translate your internal job title to be something more accurate or recognizable. So let's say you work in a lead customer success role, but a huge part of that role is training, and you are looking to get sourced for training roles. So you could make your title something like trainer, parentheses, lead customer success specialist. The second thing that recruiters are searching for is your location. Of course, right? It's just like how you're looking for jobs. You pop in the location, and these recruiters are doing that too. When employers are sourcing for candidates, it's common that these searches have a geographical component, unless of course they are maybe sourcing totally remote, which even still, there's usually some sort of geographical parameters. So make sure that you have a location on your profile and that it is the location that you want to work. Let's say you are planning on relocating to Philadelphia. Say on your profile that you're located there now so that you're attracting those opportunities. Or let's say you live in a small town but will happily commute to a larger metropolitan area. Make the larger area your location. Now, when becoming the candidate of these companies' dreams, you must get very clear on your dream. What are you targeting? There is a fallacy that being open to multiple types of jobs will lead to more opportunity, but that's actually the opposite. So don't go to this large company's job board and start applying to jobs in all different departments. That is going to look really scattered. That will all gather in the same profile in their ATS, and they'll see, why is this person going to all these different departments? So get your targeting completely aligned across your resume, LinkedIn, and interviews, and fully commit to it. Finally, you need to test everything. Track your progress of what is working and what isn't, which networking messages to people at companies are getting responses, which aren't, and then adjust. If you just sent 50 applications and you got 0 interviews, that's feedback. Something is off. Maybe your resume doesn't reflect your leverage, or you're applying to misaligned roles. If you get interviews but no offers, that's also feedback. There are 6 offer blockers that get in the way of landing offers in a job interview, and I put together a free class where you can help figure them out and then get rid of them. Get rid of those blockers, land more offers. And so I've linked the Unshakable Interviews Masterclass below. My most successful clients treat every week of the job search like an experiment. They measure response rates, work with the coaches to adjust, and then keep improving. That's how you go from silence to multiple offers. Because landing jobs at these competitive companies is attainable, but know that they have a lot of people chasing these roles. You need to show genuine interest, but Disney isn't impressed when they hear that their movies were a major part of your childhood. The NBA isn't tickled to know that you watch their games every week. You have to focus on the results and what you will add to the business, and you have to be specific. What about this actual role gets you excited and interested and makes you feel confident you can do it? The wonderful thing about these large companies is that they have a lot of information about themselves online, such as you can listen to their earnings calls to hear what's happening in the business. And many of them have products or services that you can access to gain greater understanding of what you'll be working on. So be that candidate that goes above and beyond.
To infinity and beyond!
Because nearly everyone else does the bare minimum. So let me know what your questions are down below. You've got this. Wi-Fi high five.